Hey guys, welcome to Miniatures Mayhem and More. This is Keena. This is a part of the Dollhouse Miniatures series. You may hear some background noise. Apparently somebody's having a party and they're getting their freak on according to the music. Anyway, I have at this point taken apart one of the Dollhouse windows frames from the interior so that I could remove the plexiglass windows because they were just really bad and they needed to go. So right now I am measuring the pieces so that I will know what they are, and because some of them would have chipped and split and I would need to replace them, I'm measuring height, length, and width of the pieces so that I can replace them as needed. This actually became really, really difficult trying to get that off with the glue and everything, but I managed. So this is wood that I have in stock that I've had for years, and I'm just measuring to see the width, and it was a go. So I'll be able to use my own wood that I have now. So here's me. This is a window that is behind the stairs. I'm using a mini razor scraper that I got from the Dollar Tree. I think it came like 3 or 6 in a pack. And so I'm using that, and it worked out really well because it was small enough for me to reach in there and get the thing. The problem is that the way that the mechanism on that little scraper works, it kept coming loose. So sometimes I just took the razor blade out and used it. Other times I kept it in the little holder, and that worked out well. So here I am just scraping away, and I did this for each one of the single type windows. I did not take the frames off of the bay windows. I think that that's going to be really too hard. There is one in the front that needs to be repaired wood-wise, outside trim, and I think that I can make that work with some wood fillers, so that's what I'm going to try with that. And then I'll just have to replace the plexiglass. Also, there's a window with plexiglass missing, and I'll just have to replace that. Additionally, I'm going to do everything in my power to not have to take those bay windows out and try and clean that plexiglass. So this is just more of me taking out windows. As you can see here, this is when I start to have a lot of difficulty with touching the mechanism that released the blade. So I'm back and forth and back and forth trying to make sure that I keep it together. Now that I have completed removing the trim from the single windows, I am working on getting the shingles off the house. So this is one of the side shingles, and I'm using a rather thin standard scraper that I got from the Dollar Tree, and it's really coming off pretty easily, actually. I don't know what glue they use. It almost looked like they shellacked, stained, or treated the wood in some kind of way, because when I started to try to take it off, it was coming off like in one big sheet. So it kind of took off that top layer of wood, which is okay, actually, because I'm just going to sand that down with a really fine sandpaper, and then, you know, do the roof however I'm going to do it. I do not think that I'm going to use shingles. I think that that roof is going to be black, but I am going to check the actual, what I think is the period of this home, and whatever roof covering they would have had, that's actually what I'm going to do. So you see, those came off relatively easy. And I'm thinking, hey, this is going to be a blast. It's going to be so simple. Ha ha. The joke was on me. So here's me just removing shingles from the left and then the right side of the house. It was there, right here, when I realized that this is not gonna be that easy. I was struggling. So I tried the left side, and then I said, you know what? Let me just take my little self over here to this other side of the small little room and get those shingles off. So that's what I'm doing now. This point, I have begun on the front part of the house. This is when stuff got real. It was not easy. Not only did they use wood glue, which I could tell it was wood glue because as I scraped it up, it would stretch and was kind of gummy. But they used whatever that shiny kind of glue that they used on the sides of the house. So it was double tough to get this off. It took me in total about an hour and 15 minutes to get as far as I got. And I was using that little small scraper from Dollar Tree, the very thin one, just a normal paint scraper. I ended up switching to a razor type scraper, and that made the job a little more easy. What I did not realize, however, was that they had staples in there. So at some point there was staples and all kind of stuff on there. So I really struggled with this one. But I persevered. I did not finish it all, as you will see at the end. But I kept going. Okay, so 30 minutes later, and I'm on the injured reserve list. I have several cuts to my finger on my left hand. I don't know if you can see them, but I've scraped abrasions on my right hand, and this is how far. Hey guys, so 1 hour and 20 minutes later, my hands are sore, tired, hurt, and they've stopped bleeding. This is how far I've gotten. See you on the next one. Thanks for watching.